Welcome back, Star Citizens, and welcome back to New Babbage, the site of this year's IE Expo again, which we'll talk about later. But today, I'm pumped to take my first look at the Crusader Ares fighters. In my case, the Inferno, because I'm not rich, and that's the one I could afford. But at any rate, I figured I'd take you guys along for this ride and give you my first unscripted impressions of the Ares fighters. Sorry if this video is a little rough. With everything going on this week, it's going to be a totally unscripted look. And in PTU, I'm having some technical problems like my look, and that's why I'm wearing the Arden armor here. So if you're wondering why I look like a cool futuristic version of Deadpool, that's why. But I happen to think the armor is pretty cool anyway. Anyway, before we dive in, I just wanted to bring up that I'm still trying to give away a Nomad starter package. If you want it, just drop a comment on one of my videos to be entered in a chance to get it when we hit 300 subscribers. So please like and subscribe if you'd like to support my work. I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. And it looks like we're finally here at the spaceport. I know it doesn't make total sense, but my favorite three manufacturers are Origin, Drake, which are polar opposites, and Crusader. So I'm really excited to take a look at the Ares fighter. And wow, there it is. It's the Crusader Ares Inferno. My first impression walking up to the ship is that it has the signature Crusader thrusters greeting you in the back. So this ship, even though Crusader doesn't make fighters, this ship stays true to the Crusader design language. The cockpit in the front definitely reminds me of the Mercury Star Runner. However, there's no mistaking that there's a huge gun strapped to this. And you can just see the missile payload hanging out through the bottom of the ship. I don't know, I really do like this design. I'm not just saying that because it's new, but I think it's actually pretty unique. So the Ares Starfighters are joint ventures between weapons maker Bearing and shipmaker Crusader. The idea in a nutshell seems to have been, let's strap the largest gun we can find on a small nimble fighter with the express purpose of taking down capital ships. In the Ion's case, it's a large size 7 laser cannon for taking down shields. Or in the case of this Inferno, it's a size 7 ballistic Gatling gun geared towards tearing through hulls. I'm envisioning that these are like a hit and run fighter type meant to disable ships for something else to come in and scoop up the remains, or maybe even salvage them. In addition to the boomsticks that these are carrying, they also have 4 size 5 missile racks. Depending on the model, there's 2 or 3 size 2 shield generators and 1 or 2 size 2 power plants. I'm never good at describing that stuff. Let's climb on in and take a look at the inside of the ship. So these are single-seater fighters, so there's not much to talk about as far as the interior goes. Obviously you can see it's really tight and just enough space for the pilot. If you've flown an MSR or a Starlifter, you'll notice that it does stay true to the design language of Crusader on the inside here, with a lot of analog knobs and controls and the MFD screens. I always get the sense or feel with the Crusader that you're kind of in something that looks like it was the next evolution of maybe a Boeing or Airbus. But yeah, I really like the interior of this a lot for what it is. That is really annoying that the exit button is so close to the MFD screen display here if you want to change that. Looks like it's going to be a night flight, so it'll probably be a little bit hard to see the body of the Inferno. But let's do it. So it flies pretty nimbly, although it seemed to be dragging in one direction or another in microtech, but that could just be because of the high winds and the fact that it is a small light fighter. And when you fly an Ares starfighter, you just can't look past the fact that you are going to be the big gun. Literally. We know the Inferno has been designed to take down capital ships much larger than itself, but I'm curious to see how it's actually going to perform against light to medium fighters. So we're going to pick up some bounty and mercenary missions to evaluate it. Now, I'm not the best combat pilot in the world, so if I can hang with these guys, we know it's a good ship. Wow, it wasn't bad. I'm telling you, if I can do it, that means this thing really holds up well. A more skilled combat pilot will really tear through these ships. So I can say from not being a very good combatant, and also forgetting what my key map was on my HOTAS for the targeting, that the Inferno comes with quite a lot of ammunition. It took me a long time before I ran out. As far as combat goes, as a good dogfighter, I think it's okay. The shields seem to hold up pretty well as far as against NPC combatants. In PvP, I think it's going to be a whole other ball game, though. I'm not sure I would take this. But I think definitely against, capital ships, it does probably what it's supposed to do. I think it's a pretty compelling ship. And as you can see, it can survive a collision from a suicidal Titan. So in closing, it's basically a big flying gun. Does it fill a role? Well, probably in the sense that if you're a solo lone wolf type like me, and you end up playing Star Citizen alone a lot, then this gives you a shot against larger multi-crew ships. A wing of these should be pretty potent. Right now I think the guns are a bit overpowered, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets nerfed at some point. But I still think it's a compelling fighter worth taking a look at. However, I just have this funny feeling that the RSI Scorpius is going to be more versatile, and I'll probably get more mileage out of using that one than one of these Ares. And I really do not love the price point for this fighter. I think it's definitely probably an in-game purchase because it's basically filling a niche role, and I know I paid kind of a hefty premium to get it before it was flyable, so it's probably going to get a price hike once IE is kicked into full gear and that it's flyable, so I just don't know. But like with anything, it's up to you, that's a personal decision. But I do think you could probably buy this in-game or earn it up in-game, because it's not going to be a daily, ever-used fighter. Anyway, those are my first impressions, but I always enjoy hearing yours. Please leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts are. I've gotten some really great comments, and I love that you guys usually expand my knowledge or give me something else to consider. So please keep it coming. And as my thanks, you'll be entered in a chance to win a Nomad starter package when we hit 300 subscribers. Thanks again, and I hope you get a chance to enjoy the Ares during the IAE Free Fly event this month. Take care wherever you are, and we'll see you next time.